Guys, welcome back to Glam, and I'm here with another fragrance review of one that hasn't gotten a ton of talk or hype or anything, and I kind of just found it one day on Joma Shop. So from the house of Lattafa, it's Lattafa Hayaati Al Maleky. Hayaati, by the way, in Arabic means my life, and I believe this actually means my royal life. So let's talk about the scent. Let's talk about the notes. Also, I am Egyptian, so I speak Arabic, but we don't really speak proper Arabic, so the words sometimes don't translate exactly. Anywho, that's why I'm saying that's what it would translate to in my version. The notes of this fragrance per Parfumo, they're not on Fragrantica yet, but on Parfumo, the notes are top notes lemon rhubarb, heart notes clary sage, lavender, and then base patchouli, vanilla, and vetiver. This fragrance just straight up just goes straight into tropical category for me. So it just smells like this really tropical fruity fragrance. And it's got like a little bit of tartness to it from the rhubarb. I will say this, if you're not a fan of rhubarb, because I know not everybody is, it's noticeable. But to me, it mixes really well with the lavender in this. It has like, if you like something like Asdaf, Majd al Sultan Black Intense, you're gonna like this, in my opinion at least, because that one goes tropical, and this is kind of like right in the same vein. In fact, I don't necessarily know that if you need, or if you have one, you need the other. And I'm not saying they're exactly the same. I am saying that you're going to use them in the same occasions, for the most part, at least. At least I would, but I like it a lot. I think when you mix like some like notes like rhubarb with clean notes like clary sage and lavender, this tends to be what comes up, and it just goes tropical. So it's a nice, sweet, tropical fragrance. The patchouli is like the one thing that isn't too evident, but you know, you get vanilla because that's what kind of sweetens it a little bit. And the vetiver, if you don't like vetiver, I wouldn't worry about it because it really just kind of pulls it together, to my nose at least. But I actually like this one. I think the original was supposed to be kind of an Invictus clone, and when you spray this, you're gonna get just a really fast, kind of short-lived bubblegummy vibe, but just know this to my nose is not an Invictus clone at all. Yeah, but it smells really good. And I mean, basically, if you're into things like Majd al Sultan Black Intense, that's the kind of, they kind of use like similar style notes. And I think that I don't really like calling most Lattafa's clones anymore, because I feel like a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, maybe 19 times out of 20, they're not really clones. I think they take something and they put a twist on it. And I don't know exactly what kind of twist this was, but if you like Majd al Sultan Black Intense, I just think that you're gonna like this one. I think if you like tropical fragrances at all, you're gonna like this one. And I like the way that the vanilla is used. It gives it kind of a nice flair. But the wearing experience of this is really fun. So I wouldn't call it a beast mode fragrance, but I do feel like it lasts pretty long on my skin and it projects above average. So not gonna be a beast, but to be honest, if I'm wearing this in the summer, I don't want it to be a beast because it'll just get too cloying, because it does have a good dose of sweetness in it. So I would say this is kind of what you're gonna expect for a Lattafa fragrance performance. Some of Lattafa's are huge beast mode fragrances, but this is like kind of the status quo Lattafa fragrance performance. 8 hours. On my skin, it gives me about 8 hours. Sometimes it's more in the 7 and 8 hour range. So for you, it's gonna depend. I think some people may say more to 6 to 8 hours, kind of depending on how hydrated your skin is and the weather conditions and that sort of thing. So I'd say expect between 6 and 8 hours. Great sillage throughout the wearing experience, and projection is probably going to be best in the first hour and a half. Some days it was 2 hours. So that's what I would say about performance. In terms of who can wear it, I think anyone can wear it. It's just pretty playful, so if you're looking for something more mature, this is not what you're going to go for. very unisex, because again, I think a lot of tropical scented fragrances are very unisex. It is sweet, so just keep that in mind. And it does have like that tropical vibe. And again, I just want to revert back to talking about the rhubarb. It is noticeable, and I know not everyone likes how that goes off of their skin. That one seems to be like a real hit or miss, whether it's going to agree with your skin or not. So just keep that in mind. In terms of seasons, definitely spring and summer. At least to me, that was kind of the perfect tropical vibe season. I mean, summer obviously, but definitely spring as well. I think you could rock it in both. You could rock it in fall and winter. It just doesn't feel necessarily appropriate because it does kind of have that vibe. But just remember, it does have like that clary sage, and not everyone's gonna get the tropical vibe. For me, because the way that rhubarb blends with the sage and the lavender, that's why I'm getting it. So that's going to be a nose by nose basis, and I think that is kind of specific to the person and possibly the skin type, how it's going to come off of your skin. Either way, it's really nice. It's got a touch of freshness from the sage and the lavender, so just kind of keep that in mind. But again, I just really think anyone can wear it unless you have an aversion to rhubarb. In terms of occasions, to me, this is daytime. Nighttime, if you're going out, I wouldn't really rock it on a date night. It doesn't have date night vibes to me, but you could. Definitely don't dress it up. Like, this is playful through and through. I would not try to dress it up. I just feel like it would be so inappropriate. So yeah, if you're gonna dress something up, go with something a lot more classy than this. I mean, and if you wanted to do a Middle Eastern fragrance, like if you're gonna dress something up, maybe like Rasasi, Saturta, something like that, but not this. It's just really playful. Cost, I'm pretty sure I paid under $20 for this from Joma Shop. If I can find it there still, because I did kind of take my time reviewing this, I'll link it down below. If you've tried this fragrance, because you know, I don't feel like there's a lot of talk about it, comment down below, let us know what you think. As always, remember to like this video if you liked it, be subscribed to my channel, hit that notification bell to get notified when I drop another video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!